Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of things that are kind of bad, but not in a hateful way,
Yes.
Red Sonja.
Red Sonja. Yes.
So,
Yes.
Daniel, this is kind of your fault.
Yeah, it's kind of my fault. Yeah. So I heard that it was last Friday. This movie dropped on digital. It had like a very limited theatrical release, um, and then they just dropped it digitally. From what I hear, they actually filmed this movie like in 2022, and it sat on the shelf for 3 years, which is that's always a good sign.
Yeah,
um,
they had so much faith in it. It's like a fine wine. Movies just get better the longer they sit on the shelf.
right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, so after it dropped on digital, I kind of decided, well, I'll give it a shot, because like I had been hearing some rumblings about it. If you watch Midnight's Edge, they've been talking about it there. Andre, the boss man there, he's really into the sword and sorcery, like Conan, like Red Sonja, and he was kind of it sounded like he was really looking forward to this movie. And so I thought, okay, well, I actually, it's so we both watched the digital version. DB was smart. He only rented it. And I actually bought it. It's $10 to rent it, $20 to buy it.
Which, to be fair, if I wanted to watch it again, I would either have to buy it or spend another $10. Where you can inflict it on anybody you like at any time.
Exactly. Yeah. And Arcos mentioned says at least the actress for saying looks like she trained for the part. Yeah, she did. I mean, yeah, she was in great shape. And Ninja says it was a shadow drop crap, I assume, much like the War of the Worlds. Well, not quite like that, but but yeah. So I decided to watch this movie, and then I kind of and then
Well, I
DB
basically
decided to
said,
join
"Well,
me.
I have some time this weekend, so it's a 3-day weekend,
Yeah.
and I hate money and pleasure, so let's do this."
Yes, yes. So DB joined me. Yeah. But yeah, this movie. There's a reason this movie sat on the shelf for 3 years. It's just.
So if you're not in the know, Red Sonja has a weird history. There is a Robert E. Howard character named Red Sonja, but my understanding is that she lives in an entirely different time period and place. I want to say she was like in Poland/Ukraine in like the 17th century, fighting monsters or fighting evil.
Yeah. I think that sounds about right. Yeah, and then her whole backstory and everything got retconned. So now she's in the Hyborian period with Conan.
It was an invention of Marvel Comics editor Roy Thomas, who was in charge of those books. I think he basically said, "Well, we have the license to the whole Robert E. Howard, or at least for parts of the Robert E. Howard estate for comic books.
Yeah.
Rather than try to make a new setting that for like a accurate Red Sonja, let's just put her in a chainmail bikini and drop her in the same continuity as Conan, so the crossovers are easy."
Yeah. Well, it seemed to work. Yeah, because it ended up being a very popular series. Yeah, and so this and so the character has been around for a very long time, and uh, there is one like very controversial aspect of her backstory that I think has gotten retconned, and
You had so one thing to know about this movie is that it is heavily based on a version of a character written by Gail Simone over at Dynamite Comics,
which I didn't know until she posted about it. And I actually have some of the trade paperbacks of Red Sonja, but I don't think she was the writer on those, thankfully.
Well, here's your litmus test. Did you enjoy those comics?
Yes, I did.
Probably not Gail Simone then. Like
she
just from my experience with her and just general reputation, very low batting average.
Yeah. but
since Gail's the one who gave us the phrase fridging, yeah, of course the essay in Red Sonja's past that sparked her whole desire for revenge is not going to be part of the story anymore. So now she's kind of an eco warrior, actually.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. So so the basically the movie kind of starts when there's a flashback scene when she's a little girl and her village gets attacked. And they all have to flee, and then she flees out into the forest of I can't remember the name of the forest that starts with an A.
We don't care about the locations in this movie because we're not in the forest during the first act.
Right. And, yeah. So she's like you said, she's kind of riding around on her horse, her faithful horse, and protecting all these animals, and she happens upon these like.
I apologize for all of the noise. All of a sudden, the world suddenly wanted to send me email updates on things, and message me on X. So
yeah,
I'm trying to quiet my phone down.
All right, no worries. Then it starts off where ninjas like eco warrior in the Hyborian period. Yeah. Well.
Look, man, we got to save the saber-toothed cats.
Exactly. Yeah. She comes across
the emissions from our campfires. The waters might swallow Atlantis.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll stop interrupting you. Sorry.
That's okay. She comes across this family of something kind of a cross between like an elephant and a rhino.
Yeah, like there's some sort of prehistoric creature that kind of reminded me of. And what's okay, so I think that the weird thing about this movie is it's basically Furiosa, a Mad Max story.
Yeah.
Because stop me if you heard this one. You have this matriarchal society out in a oasis or a beautiful, unblemished place. It's our heroine is somehow separated from it. She's trying to get back home, and now this movie is much nicer to its protagonist than Fury Road ever was to Furiosa, or either the Fury Road movies.
That's true.
So she can actually sort of go back home.
Yeah.
Instead of coming back to find out that it's the beautiful garden and forest we made was just a mud pit now.
Yeah. And so she comes across this these animals, and then poachers take their horns, and so she gets mad and decides to hunt the poachers down, only to come across this fort. And it just so happens that showing up at this fort is the emperor of the kingdom, who's a more whiny version of Lex Luthor from Superman.
And not the most recent Superman, the Superman as played by Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes, yeah.
And I feel like this movie benefits from some points of comparison I made with it, because it's like I didn't really like Fury Road in the end, or Furiosa. I liked Fury Road better than the Furiosa prequel.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
But like, so it's like, oh, this isn't quite as mean-spirited as Furiosa. Like, aside from the scene where the rhino thing had its horn cut off, and like you could see a lot of blood and stuff. But
yeah,
that was like a bit too far.
Yeah,
especially for your first introduction to the movie. Also, as soon as I said, "Oh, this is basically Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor," but without all the annoying Jesse Eisenberg isms.
Yeah,
that also helped my enjoyment of the character.
Yeah. And Arcos says, "What do you get when you cross an elephant with a rhino? Elefino."
Elefino.
Elefino. Oh, I ruined the joke. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We'll just throw you in the gladiator pits, as happened to Red Sonja.
Yes.
So I feel like this movie is also like, I'm sure if we looked at this at the credits, there would be more screenwriters than you would expect for a relatively minor movie like this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But like the first half and second half feel very different, because the first half
Yeah,
is like she gets like beaten up very badly, like a lot of gore from in the rhino,
yeah,
a lot of very painful scenes where she's been stabbed and tortured a bit. They try to pull at your heartstrings when she's dropped into the gladiator pits and is made to fight there, and her newly made friends end up dying.
yeah, yeah, and
Even though we've had like no time to get attached to them.
yeah, yeah, and like like one of the characters, the woman, she's played by Rona. What was her name? Rona Mitra. I've seen her in. She's a British actress. I've seen her in a lot of things. Trying to think of a popular movie.
She's around for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they only had her for a week.
Yep. If that.
Yeah. They only had her for 2 days. Like, okay. Because I think she's like the most recognizable actor in the whole movie. Now that I think about it.
Yep.
But yeah, so yeah, but like you're saying, yeah, this is almost like two different movies, because you have like all the gladiator scenes that were strangely absent of a lot of gladiator fights.
Yeah, like she kind of refuses to fight initially. Then, and like when she refuses to fight, she challenges the Emperor Dragon to a fight. He has what's her name, crossbow bolted down in front of her.
Yeah,
Gunned down is such a faster way of saying it, but
yeah.
and then they're using like ancient magic that he got from this book, or ancient technology they got from this book, to mind control monsters. So they attack them with some sort of giant cyclops with goat horns, which you can kind of see in the back of the cover here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, you can. Yeah. Yeah. Also, we should probably mention real quick the her iconic bikini armor. She does wear like the traditional bikini armor, like that she's known for in the comic books, but it's almost like used like as a joke.
Oh, it's absolutely used like a joke. It's basically
Yeah.
the same joke as in WandaVision, where Wanda wears her comic accurate costume for one scene and hates it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like this will protect nothing.
Yes,
Whatever,
and
have fun wearing it.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that's so part of the reason the Emperor is keeping Sonya alive is because of DB, as DB mentioned, this book, which is the MacGuffin of the movie. It's this basically book of all these like different spells and like schematics and everything for different weapons and things. But he only has half of it, and he's trying to find the other half.
Right. And like a lot of people criticized that. I feel like that's one where somebody on the set should have gone, just have him say, what if somebody finds the other half of the book and takes us over? You know, like, don't have it be like his mad quest for power. Just have it be like him being sensible.
Yeah.
But again, this guy is a Jesse Eisenberg Lex Luthor, just toned down. So sensible is not exactly in his wheelhouse.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
there are
and
a lot of details in here that are, I'm sorry to cut you off again, but there are a lot of details in here. Like just a little tweak would make it better. Like, you already don't have Dragon being the one who sacked Sonya's village and destroyed her life. Have Dragon, instead of what he turns out to be, have Dragon be the son of the Emperor, because he seems much more like somebody raised in a soft, cushy palace life who's holding on to his title by guile, but like everybody kind of disrespects him.
Yeah, almost like a Kim Jong-un kind of leader. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like, he's not the type of guy who would found an empire like he did rising from slavery, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
He's much more like second generation leadership. It's like the whole rags to riches back to rags in 3 generations. He's like on the downswing back to rags.
Right. Yeah.
We also haven't mentioned his main enforcer, Anicia, played by Wallace Day, who,
Yeah.
in my opinion, might have been a better Sonja than the Sonja we got. Although I did soften on Matilda Lutz's performance in the second half of the movie.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, like the first half of the movie, she kind of has like the same like, you know, sour expression on her face the whole time. Not resting bitch face, just angry bitch face.
Yeah, well, it's because it's the same flaw as it's the same flaw that they had in Fury Road. I keep saying Fury Road because I keep thinking it's stupid to call it Furiosa when that's the name of the character, but
Yeah.
the Furiosa prequel. The thing with that movie in this movie in the first half is they kind of forget that even serious action movies starring men like Conan the Barbarian had moments of levity, had moments where Conan just like relaxed and was drinking and talking about what was best in life with other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or him punching out a camel.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and yeah, this movie didn't really have any of that. And even when they tried to do that, it was still kind of like, okay, you're really forcing it.
Yeah, the one thing I'll give them credit for is that this is shown off a little bit in the first half, but especially in the second half, they finally let Matilda do a little bit of like have like some warmth to her character. The closest in the first half was some banter with her horse, who is the best character.
Yeah.
But that wasn't very funny, but I liked the bits with the armorer who gave her the chainmail bikini originally, where he started giving like they just point out that she is kind of a nice person because she is the only person who ever actually remembered his name.
Yeah.
So he gave her the good stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and there's this whole thing where like they have this where she and this other character, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he's like a captured Osin the Untouched.
Osin the Untouched, yeah, and he's a captured crown prince from another kingdom. They kind of have this like flirty banter going on, and I think and the reason I think they have him being the Untouched is because this kind of goes back to Red Sonja's backstory that she can't she can't lay with a man unless he bests her in one-on-one personal combat.
And what's weird is that the way they've adapted it here, that is almost more on Osin because like they make a big point out of him being like not having been ever touched by a blade in combat.
Yeah.
I think it's that Gail Simoneism, I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Like because the original thing, it was tied up to her in Sonja's essay. She did ask her goddess or god for help getting revenge, and she was given power and sword skills, but that was like the terms was that she couldn't lay with any man who couldn't beat her in fair combat.
Right. Yeah. 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 But
yeah, again, we can't risk fridging her, so he had to you had to have her be in the position of power. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then but yeah, as soon as the gladiator stuff is over with, then it kind of turns into like open like kind of like warfare battle type stuff.
It turns into an episode of Xena the Warrior Princess, basically.
But, yeah. Yeah, and I would say it does get better from there.
Right. I wouldn't call it good, but better.
Better. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, they have a bunch of battles, and then Sonja gets very badly wounded, like fatally wounded. But her horse shows up and takes her to the lake with the goddess, and then she's reborn.
Yep. And then all of the fun of the character's design goes away because what you're seeing on the cover is basically what she was wearing the whole time, which isn't the chainmail bikini, but it also isn't exactly like chaste and flat and unflattering.
Right.
but then they do kind of the Celtic warrior woman thing or Germanic warrior woman thing that I remember seeing from covers from that era, that if it wasn't Gail Simone directly writing it, it was like in that general wheelhouse.
Yeah.
From the quote unquote woke comics era, where she was a bit more covered up, not entirely covered up, but more covered up. And she had this black bar of war paint that just was like, you're trying too hard to be like realistic, and you're kind of ignoring the fun of the chainmail bedecked babe with a sword.
Yeah. Yeah.
The desire for realistic costuming and proportions in comic books has been one of that's why you lost a generation of manga right there.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because it's like a character who would be, because let me see if I can find a good example of that.
Yeah.
Just to throw on screen here real quick.
Yeah, people seem to forget that, most of the readership of comic books are men. One of the things that men really like are really hot, sexy women,
especially ones who can like kick ass.
Yes, they can kick ass, and maybe not wearing that much clothing.
Let's see if I can find.
Yeah, I actually don't I actually like this. This outfit she's wearing here in the poster.
It's like a good compromise.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so I find it very telling that I can't actually find a comic book cover with that, with the more
I could grab
realistic version.
Let me real quick. Let me go grab my trade paperback of it. It'll take like 2 seconds.
Okay, yeah, let's see if we can get one with that black paint bar on it. But like the dominant version on all the covers I'm finding from all the different publishers over time is the chainmail bikini. So clearly, whatever attempt they made to serious up the character didn't work, because oh my god. So this is the cover that they used for the Hatchet release of this particular Red Sonja story. Notice how they just has it kind of evokes the character, but you can't see her. Meanwhile, here are all the other, here are all the other covers. It's like,
yeah,
which one is more appealing to the character's built-in fan base?
Yeah,
I can't imagine.
Yeah, here's here. I'll make myself. Let me go full screen with me. If I can remember how to do this here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so this is from the trade paperback right here.
Yeah, like that. That's just the thing is, Red Sonja is not a deep character in her own way. She is just a hack and slash barbarian adventurer, and the attempts to make her more realistic kind of miss the point of the character.
Exactly. Yeah. Well.
Although, okay, so kind of undercutting what I was saying, this one was done by Gail Simone. This one was written by Gail Simone, but it's also a #1 issue, so probably they were trying to sneak it in.
Yeah, probably.
I just know. I guess this has been a long roundabout way of saying I remember the more serious version, or the more down to earth version of the character. I have seen that on comic book covers before.
Yeah.
I just can't find one now because I'm guessing nobody wanted to post them online, or because they're boring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
getting back to the point of it. So you end up in the end where it's not ended with a fight; it's ended with a therapy session between Sonja and the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because it turns out that we didn't really talk about his heavy henchman too much because she wasn't all that interesting. She was basically there so that Sonja had somebody she could fight who was her same height and build.
Yeah.
She was tortured by all the ghosts of the people she had killed. But then it turned out the Emperor had been giving her draughts of potion that were supposed to cure the problem, or were actually causing the problem. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and they tried to do a murder-suicide where they both decided to kill each other at the same time.
Yeah. Well, and the other part of it too is they do find the second half of the book,
Oh
and
yeah,
he reads through it, and it's nothing but like potions and herbs, and like
right.
making like medicine, and yeah, and he's like, this is useless.
It's like it's basically one tin soldier.
Yeah.
Go ahead and hate your neighbor. Go ahead and cheat a friend.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, so with that kind of hippy dippy ending, it's of course they ended up ending it with a therapy session where you find out that the evil emperor wasn't a bad guy. He was one of the children who was taken from Sonya's village, and he had half of the book, so he was able to raise himself up to power and become evil. But if she had just held his hand a little longer in the opening of the movie, he could have gone on to be a good person. And give him a burial like he's one of our people. But he wasn't one of our people. But the child he was.
Yeah.
And then they kind of tease a more exciting movie that is obviously never going to happen as Osin the Untouched comes back to ask for her help at the very end.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah, because she goes off to travel the world, and she mentioned, and there's a brief mention of Conan in there. Very, very brief, but yeah, we're not going to get a yeah. I don't think we're ever going to get a sequel.
Absolutely not. Especially they couldn't. This thing was bad enough that they could not get a single international distributor.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it just says, yeah, wait, a guy is not a total jerk. How progressive.
But you see, it is progressive because it's the whole idea that, no one's really bad. Everybody has a story to tell. And if you just understood, you'd be empathetic. She even holds his hand to comfort him as he dies.
Yeah.
Never mind all the people he had killed, particularly in the gladiator rings for his own sick amusement.
Yeah.
I feel like if you wanted to go this way with the character, you kind of needed to make his motives more noble.
Yeah.
Like make him actually a misguided villain instead of a mustache twirler up to this moment.
Yeah, like maybe have like a another kingdom that's threatening to invade them.
Yeah, or like, there's a plague that's besetting the kingdom, but I think that the knowledge to cure it will be in the second half of the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he just goes too far in the quest to get that second half.
Yeah. Yeah. We're writing a better movie than what we actually got.
It's kind of a shame because like there are the bones here of a good storyline.
Yeah, there are. Yeah. And I will say, like, I mean, yeah, and I will say, I don't think Matilda May's performance was terrible. Like as we said, like she got better as the movie went along, and I think she definitely embodies the character enough to be passable. She didn't fit out the bikini armor very well, but that's neither here nor there.
Right. I did keep finding myself thinking that Wallace Day, who played Anicia, might have made a more convincing Red Sonja that way. But also, it's like, you can't demand somebody look like if you demand that the actress look like this, congratulations. You're going to have somebody who might have skill in adult films.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for right now, the movie's available on digital, although I wouldn't pay $10 to rent it.
Especially not $20 to buy it.
Yeah, or $20. Yeah, I would definitely wait until I would say wait either until it may be streaming somewhere, or if the rental's like $5.
Yeah, like it's like I think I said before, I can't recommend it. I think part of the caveat is I can't recommend it at this price. If you ask me to like rewatch this or the Furiosa prequel, I would pick this in a heartbeat because it's shorter. And while it's not as good of a movie, because George Miller is a great filmmaker,
Yeah,
I didn't feel like so unremittingly bored and depressed on this one.
Yeah, it's not nearly as bleak as Furiosa. Yeah.
Like it got me in the first half, not gonna lie, but it ends in a happier place.
Yeah, yeah. No, I would definitely say that. Yeah, and if you get like yeah, and if there's a physical, they do a physical media release of it. Wait till it gets into like the $5 range to get it. Yeah,
right. Or maybe it eventually just becomes comes to Amazon or Netflix streaming just for free. So
right.
hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I think that's all we need to say about this movie. I think we have a more positive opinion than many other people do, but
yeah,
I think it's because we went in with like very low expectations.
Yes, we did.